on the bottom of the racetrack. White flag. 1 lap to go. Ruttman can't do it. He slides back into line, single file. Bodine's the race leader with a lap to go. Here is Earnhardt. Into the back bumper of Bodine. It gets Bodine out of shape. Here goes Earnhardt. That little disruption of Bodine's momentum is all Earnhardt needed.
And Joe Ruttman's alongside for second spot. I don't think Bodine can come back on the outside.
He may have a chance, but battling Ruttman for second, hangs him up to the high side. Bodine jumps to the bottom of the racetrack. Earnhardt gets the checkered flag. Ruttman is second, and Bodine, who led on the white flag lap, got out of shape in turn number 2.
We see Bodine pulling up alongside Dale Earnhardt. Believe me, Mike, he is not congratulating you. I wish we could hear what he was saying.
No, you don't. Not on television.
No, I guess that's true.
So Dale Earnhardt muscles his way to victory in the late model Sportsman 200 at the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Joe Ruttman finishes second, and Jeff Bodine perhaps made his move 1 lap too soon.
Which is held yearly during speed weeks at Daytona International Raceway. The white flag has been displayed. Darrell Waltrip on his final circuit, and he comes off of turn number 4, takes the checkered flag. Darrell Waltrip salutes the crowd and wins the Budweiser 200 here at Bristol. And second place, Rick Mast, is in turn number 4, and a very, very good performance today by Rick Mast, second place.
Bob, that's 4 times in a row the young man from Virginia has finished in the top 5, and this is his best finish ever in his career in the late model sportsman division. Second place for Rick Mast, and he has one heck of a lot to be proud of here today.
He grabbed the lead for good in the caution-marred 200-lapper with just under 60 laps to go and was running well in front when the yellow came out for the final time on lap 197. And that's the way it ended, with Brett taking the checkered flag in only his second sportsman race ever.
On his face, obviously talking to Harry, saying, way to go, partner. And now they have a meeting in victory lane.
Unbelievable story here this afternoon. Harry Gant substitutes for Jack Ingram and wins the Dixie Cup 200 here at Darlington International Raceway. And Harry will be in contention for victory lane tomorrow in the Trans-South 500 Grand National Race. Well, here's how it happened, and this is where Harry Gant went into the lead, passing Brad Teague.
For second place, because the lead car, Tim Richmond, is coming around to take the white flag lap. 1 more lap remaining, and it will be a Tim Richmond victory unless things break down, and they will not. Richmond goes across. Here he comes. Checkered flag. Tim Richmond the winner. Second place, Neil Bonnet. L.D. Ottinger third. Brett Bodine taking 4th place. So Tim Richmond, your winner in the Winn-Dixie 300, and Steve Wade, he had the muscle, he had the handling, he had the experience, an all-around good day for Timmy.
Second, Larry Pearson is in third, but lap traffic there really helps out Bodine's cause.
Yes, it does, because it takes away a lane.
Checkered flag coming up. Here they come off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, and Bodine has it. Brett Bodine has won his second late model sportsman race of the 1985 season, and there is Butch Miller pulling up alongside and waving the finger at Brett Bodine, saying, hey, I was close. It was a good race.
Well, I think that's probably what he said, that you did a good job, because it was a good job.
Trouble. That's Ed Barrier in car number 60, who's into the wall, and now the caution flag has come out. The caution flag has come out on the racetrack, and now the question is, can they get Ed Barrier down off the wall and cleared away in time to go back to green? The field will bunch up now, and Labonte had to feel sick when he saw that caution flag come out.
Well, he certainly did, but the thing is, Terry Labonte can kind of control his own destiny here by running around fast. He's not doing it, but if he ran around a couple laps at a relatively fast speed, then it would be awfully hard for the pace car to get out on the racetrack and pick him up. So, but he has slowed down, and we may get a green flag back.
Well, let's hope so, because it'd be a great race to the finish. As you see, caution out on the racetrack. Labonte will be the leader. Jeff Bodine is second. Dale Earnhardt is third. Rusty Wallace is fourth. And it might be a shootout for the finish, something I know all the fans here in Charlotte would love to see.
Well, this is certainly the break that those three guys running behind Labonte were looking for. The only thing is, you know, there's only 4 laps left to go in the race. Will they be able to clear the racetrack in time to restart the race under green flag conditions?
We see the wrecker has not even made its way to Ed Barrier's number 60 machine yet. It is making its way up there, but the field has slowed down. The tow truck is on the way to number 60. Now the question, will they get it off the wall and down away from the racetrack in time?
Carwall Enterprises, and the two guys, it was a double-teamed effort here. Ed Jones, the crew chief for the Sportsman effort, quite a way to finish the race. Great pit stop there late in the race.
Well, it's great to win anytime. You prefer to win under green, but you take them any way you can get them.
Jeff Hammond, you're kind of overseeing this. You're in the Grand National situation. Your thoughts on this race? This is quite a win for Terry Labonte.
Now the draft there, he's got about 7 car lengths to pick up. He'll get some of it back. Let's see if he can get more.
Now remember, next Sunday they'll detune him a little, go to a slightly different gear because they have to make them last for 500 miles in the 27th annual $1 million Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Coming around to decide the class after Ford's dominated qualifying yesterday for the 500, is Terry Labonte across the line, and number 44 is winning. Side by side, the Oldsmobile of Buddy Baker and Ricky Rudd and his Ford crossed the stripe dead even.
Rudd may have had him by a couple of inches there. It's quite a race, quite a race. I'm sure the fans are happy at how the competition displayed in this race today, but what is surprising really was the mechanical breakdowns we saw, Ken. I never expected that.
No contest. Give it to Elliott. Battle will be for third. Lake Speed is in second. Battle will be Waltrip, Baker, Rudd trying to decide that third position. There's Lake Speed right there in the second position. Bill Elliott is on his way to his greatest race ever. A little looseness up in turn number 3. A couple of cars all the way sideways. Here they are coming back to the line. And after dominating all day, his crew out on pit road, Bill Elliott wins the 1985 Daytona 500. There you see Ernie Elliott. Dan Elliott standing there just to the left. What a moment. Lake Speed up to congratulate the winner of the Daytona 500, David Hobbs.
What a great result for Lake Speed, too. Half a second behind.
Earnhardt draws away by 4 car lengths.
And Darrell Waltrip is going to try it on the inside, going in the third corner. Ledine shuts him off.
Last lap, off turn number 4 to win the Richmond 400. It will be, for the first time in his racing career, Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt has done it for the Richard Childress team. Magnificent performance by Earnhardt all afternoon after he almost ran out of luck early in the going.
My hat's off to Dave Despain, because at the opening of the show, he said Earnhardt's going to be the one. He was.
Dale Earnhardt is victorious. Finishing in second place is Jeff Bodine. Third is Darrell Waltrip. Fourth, Ron Bouchard. Fifth is Harry Gant. And sixth is Terry Labonte. Seventh is Dave Marcus.
Neil Bonnet got a little bit high.
Back straightaway, and it looks like Gant all the way. He's got the advantage.
He really does. He gets up a little bit too high in turn 3.
Here comes Bonnet. Gant comes down to the bottom, and they touch. Gant gets a little out of shape. He's on the outside, but here comes Bonnet. It is too close to call.
I have no idea.
carried him ahead of Gant into turn 1. Here they are. Gant's way up high on the racetrack, and he tries to come down on Neil Bonnet.
He tries to close off the inside, but Bonnet gets his car alongside. He just pushes Harry up the racetrack. See, he's got the right front up against the left rear quarter panel, and that's pushing the Skull Bandit up the racetrack.
Gant's car gets a little bit out of shape there. Here comes the Budweiser Chevrolet of Bonnet. Labonte's right behind them. He's got nowhere to go, and Lake Speed's not a factor. Now, that's the restart stripe. That's not the finish line. Bonnet pulls up closer, ever closer. Gant trying to hold that momentum. Here comes the finish line. Oh, and give it to Neil Bonnet.
Here in NASCAR racing, and that Bill Elliott might be the man. Well, he's looking like the man today. He'll be the first person to win 2 races in this season of 1985, and perhaps about to assert real authority in this sport. A tremendous lead now as he heads for the checkered flag. It's going to be Elliott, and the big crowd cheers him in as he wins the Atlanta 500. Second place to Jeff Bodine, and it looks like Neil Bonnet will be third. And that's the way it's going to end. So the man with a fractured bone in his left leg waves to the crowd as he comes around on his victory lap, headed for victory lane, and it will be very interesting to see what his physical appearance is, how drained he looks, and what he has to say about his physical situation in the car.
Turn 2 and on to the backstretch. Ricky Rudd still several car lengths behind. There's clear sailing for Dale Earnhardt. He comes off of the 4th corner. The checkered flag is out. Dale Earnhardt wins the Valley Dale 500. Second place is Ricky Rudd, and 3rd spot is going to go to Terry Labonte.
Dale Earnhardt has never in his life been as glad to see a race finish as this one.
There's the 4th place finisher, Buddy Baker. And 5th will unofficially go to Rusty Wallace, last year's Rookie of the Year. So Rudd pulls alongside Dale Earnhardt and offers his congratulations. Dale will move into the pit area and will move into victory lane for his winter interview, which we'll have in just a moment. Continue to watch this battle for second position because Elliott is going to win this race with no problem, and it looks like that Waltrip is going to hold on for second, but Richmond may challenge here in turns 3 and 4.
They're going to move up, Bob. I'll tell you, it looked like Tim may have had the line, but Buddy Arrington was there, and there wasn't anything Tim could do about it.
Here comes the win. Bill Elliott takes the checkered. He wins the race. Second position. Oh, it goes to Darrell Waltrip, as Tim Richmond made one final bid, cutting to the low side of the racetrack to the inside, but Darrell Waltrip held him off for second spot. It's a win again for Bill Elliott.
Well, I tell you wouldn't think that those guys would have that much energy left. It's been a long day. We've had a rain delay. Richmond particularly has had a lot of people to race with. There is Terry Labonte, who did a fine job finishing 4th in today's race after all those problems early in the race, but Waltrip and Tim Richmond really displayed some driving skills the last couple laps of this race.
Come off the 4th corner. Harold Kinder waves the white flag. There's 1 to go.
Now, because Neil has been running so relatively slow, Allison and Rudd are closing up too. If these guys get together in turn 3 and 4, could it be Rudd or Allison? They're right together also.
Into turn number 3, Neil Bonnet still has the lead, but Darrell Waltrip is going to make one final bid to the inside. Now he looks low to the inside. Coming off the corner, he's not going to be able to do it. Neil Bonnet wins. Waltrip 2nd spot. In 3rd place, it is Ricky Rudd, and 4th, Bobby Allison, although they crossed almost side by side, and we may have to check the official scoring to determine who finished 3rd.
I think that may have been Allison who got 3rd, Bob, because they were very close too, as you said.
Before he can stay on the bottom of the racetrack next to the curb now.
Trouble up in turn 4. Eddie Bierswell has spun it around, and he gets a piece of the wall this time. Couldn't save it. And Bierswell will bounce himself up over the curb, and poor Harold's taken away from that flag two-handed now as caution comes out.
Ricky Rudd just might be able to get up on Harry Gant's bumper. I don't know if they'll be able to restart this race, but Rudd will be right behind Harry Gant, Mike.
Well, they're having a hard time getting Gant slowed down. With a caution flag to pick up the leader. There's Bierschwell. He wants to stay out on the racetrack and not lose another lap. And now the caution car will come out and pick up the field. The question is, do they have enough time to get the race restarted?
Harry almost pushed the pace car off the fourth corner because he don't take any chance on anybody get between him and the pace car.
So here's Gant. There's the finish line, and there's the checkered flag. Harry Gant wins the Sovereign Bank 500. It's his 7th Grand National victory in his career. We are watching history being made here in Alabama. This is going to be the fastest 500 miles ever run. We're just over 186 miles an hour. The fastest race to this point was the 1980 Daytona 500 at 177. And Bill Elliott screams now for the checkered flag, again completely dominating this race. He came from behind, and Elliott wins the Alabama 500 at Talladega. Look at that machine pass under the checkered flag. Now, we look back toward the battle for second place. Look at Yarborough and Kyle Petty. They're running side by side, coming down into the tri-oval. Can Petty draft Yarborough? Yarborough is the grand champion at this. They come to the line, and Petty's got him. Petty beats Yarborough to the line. Petty in second place, Yarborough in third.
You know, we said earlier that it looked like it might have been Kyle Petty's best race of his career. I promise you, it certainly looks that way to me.
Elliott and them's doing it, and I don't personally think they ought to restrict that car. I think they ought to let him go ahead and go. We're looking at racing. They call it racing, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing it by the rules.
And he's doing it better than anybody else as he heads down the front straightaway. Elliott to take the checkered flag, and Elliott has won the Budweiser 500 here in Dover, Delaware. Bill Elliott continues his domination on the super speedways as you see the joy in the Elliott pits. He comes in and heads towards victory lane, a way he knows pretty well by now. He's been there several times this season already. Car number 9, Bill Elliott, the winner today. Harry Gant finished second. We'll talk with Bill Elliott, the winner, when we return.
Be a lap down if they catch him. Don't think they will. They go into turn 3. Has Harry Gant got anything left?
Darrell seems to have something left, and unless Harry does something spectacular in his car, Harry's car got a little loose off that corner. Darrell's going to come across the line here winning.
Darrell Waltrip, a hand in the air, a wave to the crowd of 100,000 plus. He wins $200,000, and he blows up.
Going in the first corner, he blew up.
What a Hollywood ending.
I tell you what, Junior Johnson will be glad to throw that in the garbage can.
Junior Johnson and his crew up in Ingle Hollow, North Carolina, built Waltrip a 105-lap hand grenade. Here's Bill Elliott leading Ricky Rudd across the stripe, back in the pack. That's for 7th place. And there's Junior Johnson in the red shirt and the graying hair. He shows little emotion, whether it's victory lane or his car falls out of the race, but you can bet he's a proud and happy man.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I've driven for the man for 2 years, and he's the most forgiving man when you make a mistake, and when you win races, he comes over and congratulates you. He's an easygoing guy. It's fun to race with him.
Back straightaway, and Waltrip is still at full song, tracking down Bobby Allison. Either one of these cars could run out of gas here and coast to the finish.
Absolutely. Darrell Waltrip's going to win this race.
Here's Waltrip under Allison. Doesn't make the move as they come off turn number 4. And nearly 150,000 race fans are on their feet. Waltrip has the gas. He goes the distance and wins the World 600. His first victory of 1985. He won the Winston yesterday, the All-Star race, in a similar but different automobile. That doesn't count as an official win. It's not one of the 28 races that count to the Winston Cup. Waltrip came into this race 6th in the point standings and had 5 top 10 finishes, but he'd been unable to get to victory lane.
How'd you like to have a weekend like this once in your life? You talked about turning the season around. He's been unhappy. Things just hadn't gone his way. I guarantee you Darrell Waltrip is real happy now.
Another very happy man is Junior Johnson. He's with Larry Newman.
Has got to be wishing he didn't go fishing and was here to enjoy their success at Riverside for the 2nd year in a row. off the final corner. Just about coast toward the finish line. Checkered flag is out. Victory, Corpus Christi, Texas, as Terry Labonte wins it here at Riverside. Sensational victory by this young man.
Place and now Rusty Wallace depositing some oil, I bet you, on the inside of turn number 1. Could this be a caution flag, and could this be the race? You could see him slipping, Bob. I think there is some precipitation there on the inside of the racetrack.
If it is, this race is going to end under yellow, and Elliott will be the winner. Rusty Wallace gets out of the groove, moves the car to the inside. We'll watch Harold Kinder very closely to see if he displays both the white and the yellow. I don't believe he's going to. Here comes Bill Elliott out of turn number 3 onto the straightaway, and Harold Kinder displays only the white flag. One more to go, no yellow. It's going to be a dash to the finish, but I don't think anybody's going to catch Bill Elliott. We'll see.
Well, let's keep our eyes peeled on turn number 1. Remember what I said about Wallace, and right now NASCAR officials are checking on it. It is slippery down there.
Well, yes, Elliott gets out of shape. Yeah, he got way high, and so does Harry Gant, for that matter. Gant's still out of shape. Now Elliott's down to the extreme inside of the racetrack, and the yellow is out.
But they race back to the checkered.
They're going to race to the yellow or the checkered flag, so whoever comes out on top here next time around is going to be the winner of the race.
Boy, it was almost handed to Darrell Waltrip. Right now, Elliott has built up an insurmountable lead. Unless he runs out of gas. I don't think he will, because he pitted about 15 laps ago. This is going to be his.
Not much chance of that happening. Gant pulls in, though, ever so slightly, but I think that Elliott is going to win this race. There they go by Rusty Wallace's very slow car that apparently blew an engine and deposited some oil down in turn number 1. Here they come off of corner number 3. Elliott down to the inside, looking for the checkered flag, and he gets it. Bill Elliott wins the race. Gant is second, Waltrip third, and Bodine fourth.
First thought, what a disappointment for Harry Hyde and Jeff Bodine. If anybody deserved a race, they did today, but Bill Elliott had it when it counted.
Well, it all involved strategy. It involved circumstances on the racetrack, namely the accident out in turn number 2 late in the race, and all of the other variables that go together to make up an auto race. Bill Elliott played it right and came out on top this afternoon.
Being as conservative as he can with his car. What a beautiful car these people put out. Their garage may not be the most sanitary in the world, but their cars certainly are some of the most beautiful when they bring them out to the racetrack.
Every time they bring them to the racetrack, it looks like a brand new automobile, and it's prepared that way.
Bill Elliott seeking just a little more mileage, searching to get that victory under his belt and win his 7th race, crown on its feet, and Bill Elliott has done it. Car number 9 comes across the line, and the Elliots of Dawsonville, Georgia have won the Michigan 400 on this Father's Day. Here's Darrell Waltrip coming across for second. Cale Yarborough closing right upon him for third, about 10 car lengths back as they cross the stripe. The 4th position will go to Tim Richmond. Getting a little air in there. Bill Elliott remains number 1 in Grand National Racing. With this victory today, he stays on top of the point battle, and for the 2nd straight year, he has won the Michigan 400.
Greg Sachs, without question, has removed some of the headline potential from Bill Elliott today. Labonte still in front of Greg Sachs. It would take the unbelievable. Sachs is moving high alongside Labonte, way close to the wall. That definitely confirms it. There is no way Sachs would make such a move if he felt he was in front. But now, even in his own mind, Greg Sachs is the winner of the Firecracker 400. Amazing that today, and there are the people who pulled it off. They didn't work together more than a week ago, but somehow they put it all together today. They call this a research and development car. Certainly, I hope they can remember all the things they did to make the number 10 car of Greg Sachs the winner today. Bill Elliott, a surprising second-place finisher when you consider he had to hit the pits with only 8 laps remaining, but again was able to exhibit tremendous muscle as Greg Sachs enters victory lane.
Up front, it continues to be Bill Elliott's race with Neil Bonnet running second. There is Elliott approaching turn number 3 on the final lap of the race. He dives that car to the inside of the racetrack. Now comes off of turn number 3. He can see Harold Kinder with the checkered flag in hand. Here comes Bill Elliott. He wins the Summer 500. Neil Bonnet finishes second. The battle for third goes to Darrell Waltrip by just a few inches over Jeff Bodine.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty. That battle for third position, it's really too bad. It's one of those cases, it's too bad that somebody had to not get it. That was just an excellent job of race driving by two thoroughly professionals. Just outstanding. I know that Bill Elliott won. Neil Bonnet finishes second, obviously doing good jobs, but that last lap, that third position battle between Jeff Bodine and Darrell Waltrip was just beautiful.
Pull away. That was his only hope, I think, Ken. If they had lined up right behind each other and made that pass on the last lap, they might have pulled it off.
Bouchard made a shot at turn number 1. It looked like he had Bonnet turned sideways.
I think Neil Bonnet just tacked him right on as they came off turn 2. But
All right, racing for the finish now, coming down, and there's distance. Cale Yarborough may be out to win it for the first time. He's coming into the tri-oval. Cale Yarborough with his luck here. Here they are, charging. Should have a great race for second place as well. At the line, it is Yarborough across. Then it's car number 12, Neil Bonnet for second, and it will be Ron Bouchard. I think he did get some damage.
Ron Bouchard, the front right corner of his car was definitely deranged. He must have just tacked Neil Bonnet coming off turn 2.
So Cale Yarborough finally wins the Talladega 500. Yarborough is victorious. Lionel Wilson and crew ecstatic over this outstanding victory. We'd like to thank the NASCAR officials for their cooperation. It's been a rugged afternoon with this rain delay. Particularly, we'd like to thank the Hewlett-Packard folks and Mach 1 Racing for the use of their telemetry in car number 33.
Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, 29 years of age. And Kyle Petty also has an engine let go. Mike Waltrip and Kyle Petty with engine problems here on the last lap of the race. Meanwhile, Bill Elliott keeps the car in the middle of the racetrack, not stretching it by any means, not taking a chance of anything going wrong. Bill Elliott signals that he accepts the checkered flag, and Bill Elliott has won the Michigan Champion Spark Plug 400, his 9th win of 1985.
His 9th out of 18 total starts. Now, he has yet to win on a short track, but he's been so dominant on the super speedways. There's Darrell Waltrip, who finished second in today's race. Elliott has been so dominant in the super speedways. Who needs to win on the short tracks?
Dave Marcus is between Dale Earnhardt and Tim Richmond. Through turn number 3, turn number 4. Here comes Dale Earnhardt. He will sweep both races at the Bristol International Speedway in 1985. Dale Earnhardt. And here comes Bill Elliott with a 5th place finish, and that should be good enough to really cement a hold on the points lead.
Well, Darrell Waltrip finished 4th, so he gained 5 points on Bill Elliott tonight.
But Dale Earnhardt really showed us all night long that not only was he the superior car in qualifying last night, the superior car when this race started, he overcame a number of obstacles during the running of the race, and in the last quarter of this race, he certainly proved that he was not going to lie down and win this race. He charged from lap 1 to lap number 500. Dale Earnhardt has won again.
Out of turn number 2, he's down the backstretch. Bill Elliott at this historic old race plant is running in the tire tracks of people like Johnny Mance, who won the first race back in 1950 here. Bonnie Flop, Buck Baker. Bill Elliott is racing into the record books. Bill Elliott is going toward immortality. Bill Elliott gets the checkered flag. Bill Elliott has won an additional $1 million in 1985. What a moment in auto racing history. Bill Elliott has won a bonus of $1 million. He's well on the road to winning additional $1 million in race winnings alone. If he wins the points championship, that's another $275,000. What a big moment. Dick Bergen is down in the pit area right now.
Race traffic's far enough ahead of Darrell that it's not going to be come into play before he can get the checkered flag.
Off turn 4 for the final time. Darrell Waltrip comes down the front straightaway. Harold Kinder drops the checkered flag, and Waltrip scores his 2nd victory of the season. Labonte finishes 2nd. Petty is 3rd. Earnhardt is 4th. It's amazing to think that we get all the way to September before Darrell Waltrip gets his first short track win.
Harry's lead is about half a lap now, so if Harry can just hold it together as he comes into turn 3, he will win this race for the second year in a row. Gant's in the turn now. The crowd on their feet. Here comes Harry down the front straightaway. He takes the checkered flag from Harold Kinder, and Harry Gant has won the Delaware 500. Darrell Waltrip finishes second, and Harry Gant persevered and hung tough all day long.
I tell you, he did something with his cold, didn't it?
Oh, it's got to make him feel good. And Waltrip is out of gas.
Yeah,
he is flat out of gas.
I'll tell you, I don't know. Those guys were cutting it awful close. Of course, when one of them didn't stop, the other one couldn't either. They had to go.
Can he do it again? Last chance for Waltrip will be in turn 3 and 4. Earnhardt takes them into the corner. Waltrip will be looking low. They're both right down against the curbing, and Earnhardt stutters a bit coming off turn number 4, late getting on the throttle, and Waltrip has no place to go. Earnhardt wins the Goodies 500. His 4th victory of 1985 and the 14th of his Winston Cup career.
I wonder if Darrell is congratulating Earnhardt.
I kind of doubt it. Earnhardt, with a wave to the crowd, has picked up his 4th win of the season. Look at the straight marks up and down the side of that car. Waltrip is second. Gant holds off Ricky Rudd for 3rd. And Kyle Petty, there the number 7 car, winds up 5th ahead of Ron Bouchard. There's 6th place Bouchard.
He comes out of corner number 2. Not much traffic ahead of him. It's going to be easy sailing, it appears, for Harry Gant. He's in turn 3 now. Keeps the car low on the racetrack. Off of corner number 4, onto the main straightaway. Harry Gant wins the Holly Farms 400 at North Wilkesboro.
A tremendous season for Harry Gant. He came into this race ranked 3rd in money winnings. Darrell Waltrip moving in on Jeff Bodine, but this is not for position.
Jeff Bodine will finish second. There he takes the checkered flag. Darrell Waltrip will finish somewhere around 16th because of his earlier mechanical problems. But remember, that's a lot better than Bill Elliott did, as Elliott was an early out in this 400-lap race.
500. This crowd is on its feet as Yarborough is now down through the back straightaway. He's entered into turn 3. There's Elliott. It looks like he's not going to be able to catch him as Yarborough now comes around down through turn 4. Jeff Bodine will be running in 3rd place. Yarborough on the front straightaway, and Cale Yarborough takes the checkered flag, and Cale Yarborough has won the Miller 500 here in Charlotte. Bill Elliott is second, and Jeff Bodine is 3rd.
I'll tell you what, they're going crazy down in the Hardy pit. Waddell Wilson owes me dinner, because every time they win, he has to buy my food, so I am tickled to death for him.
And it was a great day for the bulldog of stock car racing from Tillmansville, South Carolina, Cale Yarborough, who got down a lap to the field twice, but fought hard, never gave up, and came back to win. Cale Yarborough, your winner in the Miller 500.
And Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott, for the moment, seems to pick up a little bit of steam. He came out on number 4, and that car just laid sideways for about 400 feet. And you can see him go almost down to the grass to try to get it back. Coming around to take the checkered flag this afternoon. Give win number 3 of the 1985 season to Darrell Waltrip. He is across the line, finishing in 1st. 2nd place will go to Ron Bouchard with his best finish of 1985. And finishing in 3rd will be Harry Gant. Gant will finish in 3rd. And coming across in 4th is Bill Elliott. There you see him across with Jeff Bodine in 5th. Elliott was able to get his problem solved, come across just in front of car number 5, Jeff Bodine. So as we move to Atlanta. Back straightaway, and this Georgia congregation ready to greet him when he comes home. Remember tonight, you'll see him right here at 10:05 on the Superstation, and all the Elliott family. Everybody up around Dawsonville. Mama Reese, she has got to be right on the edge of her chair right now as Bill Elliott is about to become the first man to ever win 11 super speedway races in a year. Elliott has done it. He has won the Atlanta Journal 500. Cale Yarborough in 2nd. Darrell Waltrip is 3rd. Dale Earnhardt is 4th. Morgan Shepherd comes across in 5th. And the point story gets even tighter. We'll tell you more about that in a moment as, again, Elliott is back on the winning side of the ledger. It's been some time.
The Southern 500, of course, was where he took that extra $1 million bonus from R.J. Reynolds. That's the last time he won. Now he's back in victory lane again.
But no, Rudd takes it in equally as hard.
Labonte pulling up.
Ricky just needs to stay on the bottom of the racetrack and make Terry go by on the outside.
Slides a little. Here they come, charging the line. They're out of control a bit. They picked them up, and at the line, it'll be Ricky Rudd winning the Winston Western 500 today at Riverside, California. Across in second place is Terry Labonte, who won it in June here on this very same track. Ricky Rudd's done it. We'll be back to meet him in a moment.